What if I told you that Victorian London had its very own supervillain, a figure so enigmatic and terrifying that his name still sends shivers down the spine of those who hear it? Brace yourselves for the spine-chilling legend of Spring-Heeled Jack, a tale that has been whispered through generations, a story that blurs the lines between reality and myth. The year was 1837. London was shrouded in a thick veil of fog, and whispers of a mysterious figure echoed through the cobblestone streets. The city was a labyrinth of narrow alleys and shadowy corners, perfect for a creature of the night to make his presence known. They called him Spring-Heeled Jack, a name that would soon ignite fear across the city. His legend began to take shape, fueled by the accounts of those who claimed to have encountered him. Witnesses claimed he could leap over high walls with ease, defying the very laws of physics. His agility was unmatched, and his ability to disappear into the night left many baffled and terrified. His clawed hands left scratch marks as he went, a chilling reminder of his presence. These marks were not just physical, they were psychological scars that haunted the minds of those who saw them. Some swore they saw his eyes glowing like fiery embers, piercing through the darkness. These eyes were said to be windows to a soul that was anything but human. Others even reported blue flames bursting from his mouth, a sight so otherworldly that it defied explanation. Was this a trick of the light, or something far more sinister? Was he a man, a demon, or something else entirely? The ambiguity of his nature only added to the terror he inspired. People were left to wonder and speculate, their imaginations running wild. The newspapers went wild, seizing upon the sensational stories to sell more copies. Headlines screamed of his supernatural powers and terrifying encounters, each article more lurid than the last. Panic gripped the public and the legend grew. Parents warned their children to stay indoors, and the streets emptied earlier each night. The fear was palpable, a living entity that fed on the unknown. Some speculated he was a bored aristocrat, using his wealth to create elaborate pranks. This theory suggested a man of means, someone who could afford the luxury of terrorizing a city for his amusement. Using his resources, he could have easily crafted the persona of Spring-Heeled Jack, complete with mechanical devices to aid his incredible leaps and pyrotechnics for the blue flames. Others thought he was a group of imitators, each one adding their twist to the growing myth. This theory suggested a collective effort, a band of thrill-seekers who found joy in the chaos they created. Each sighting added a new layer to the legend, making it increasingly difficult to separate fact from fiction. The more people talked, the more the legend evolved, taking on a life of its own. But the most chilling theory? That Spring-Heeled Jack was a ghostly apparition, a spectral figure born from the fears of an industrializing society. This theory tapped into the deepest anxieties of the time, fears of the unknown and the supernatural, a spectral figure born from the fears of an industrializing society. As the world changed rapidly, so did the collective psyche of its people. The unknown became a fertile ground for legends like Spring-Heeled Jack to take root. As factories belched smoke and crime rates soared, the city became a breeding ground for fear and superstition. The rapid pace of industrialization left many feeling disconnected and anxious, perfect conditions for a legend to flourish. The unknown and the supernatural loomed large in the Victorian imagination. People were desperate for explanations, and in the absence of scientific understanding, they turned to folklore and myth. Spring-Heeled Jack remains an enigma, a blend of folklore and fear, a symbol of the dark unknown. His story is a testament to the power of the human imagination and the enduring nature of legends. A blend of folklore and fear, a symbol of the dark unknown. He represents the fears and anxieties of a society in transition, a reminder that the unknown can be both terrifying and fascinating. So next time you walk through a foggy night, remember the legend of Spring-Heeled Jack. Let it remind you that the line between reality and myth is often blurred, and that sometimes the most terrifying things are those we cannot explain. Keep an eye out, you never know what might be lurking in the shadows. The legend of Spring-Heeled Jack is a cautionary tale, a reminder that the unknown is always closer than we think. After all, legends never die. They live on in our stories, our fears, and our imaginations, waiting for the right moment to re-emerge and remind us of the mysteries that still haunt our world.